Hello folks. Just a second whilst I get my stream chat up and running. Whoa, what have I done? Oh look, I can look around this main menu. I swear I've done that before and I've just forgotten that I've noticed. So what we'll do. There we go. There I am. Da 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 da. Let's do this. Things were going very badly for a while last night, but now they're going a bit better. Or are they? Hang on a minute. What did I do? Sigbjorn wakes in a pool of his own sick. Why am I surrounded by small people? The other clansmen let him sleep off his drunken stupor on the ground, and this morning he's paying the price. Help him recover. Reluctantly, your clansmen offer any food and drink they can scrounge together for the moaning Val. When one offers the thin mead, he pushes it away. In fact, take this away from me, he says, handing you his massive mead stein. Great, thanks man. Eventually, Sigbjorn comes to you. I won't get into details, he says. I was supposed to bring those casks from Reinvik back to Borisgard. I drank maybe half, by accident. Point is, Sigbjorn continues, you don't tell anybody what happened, and I won't tell anyone about the mead you got, okay? Trust me on this one. You agree? And get back to travel. Yeah, we didn't have as much food as I thought. Her mother screams flood the caravan. Her daughter lies dead in the tent. We all know who did this. She spits, staring directly at the woman she scuffled with previously. Murder over a marriage. In these times, something must be done. The accused woman remains silent. Investigate the death. A healer joins you in inspecting the young girl's corpse. An old infection, says the healer. No punctures, no choking, no poison. She died of disease. You report the news to the caravan. The mother admits that she had always known her daughter was ill, and everyone moves on. Haha, good. I did well. That woman's really vindictive. Oh well, we're gonna starve to death. Yay! Woo! Oh my god, women are just screaming all the time in this caravan. A woman's stifled screams failed to overly concern anyone. It was only a matter of time before the expectant mother gave birth. The caravan is simply excited by the first sign of new life since the trip began. Congratulate the new parents privately. You discreetly make your way to the family's tent amidst cheerful clansmen. You give your most heartfelt congratulations to the parents, tell them how strong the young boy looks. The mother cries and the father thanks you repeatedly. Yeah.
As we pass steep cliffs, the sprawl of Boersgard comes into view. A city of contrasting rich and poor, opportunity and gamble. Our best hope for salvation, or our graves.
Let's see then. Which is it? Oh, chapter 7. Okay. I said I was going to complete the 6th chapter tonight, and then come off, but I think with this, you know, it'll be a very short stream if I did that, so. Finally, you arrive at Boersgard, where the walls stretch for miles in both directions, and are littered with the bodies of Dredge, Val, and men. Excuse the mess, shouts a voice from above the gates. Looking up, you spy a striking Val, his face wreathed with matted black hair. Movement at the gate catches your eye. Dredge are banging on the gate doors without luck. Let us in, you shout. second. There we go. Sigbjorn pushes past. Won't be hearing the end of this for a while, he says, before yelling up, "Open up, Bolverk! They dug me out of Reinvik." You hear a laugh echoing on the wind as the doors creak. A dozen armed men led by a massive Varl make quick work of the dredge and usher you into the city. Nice! You may be interested to know they brought a mender. You didn't go to get a mender. Where's the mead? Sigbjorn shrugs apologetically. I guess the mender will do. Either we've got a chance now, or we're completely screwed. I'm Rook. We've come a long ways. Same as far as Skoga. Some as far as Skoga. Are you in charge here? Bolverk. In charge of the governor, I suppose. Listen, if you have something to tell him, say it now, otherwise you're on your own. I don't care where you go, but stirring up trouble is probably the only reason you'll see me again. It won't be to talk. Mender, come along. We're going to go see the governor. Bolverk and Sigbjorn leave with Eyvind, who goes willingly, signalling that he's fine. Rook, Fane. This is just like Frostfeller all over again. However, this is nothing like Frostfeller. The one in Bearskin is probably leading the Ravens. Ravens? Is that good or bad? It depends on who they're working for. Hopefully it really is the governor and not someone trying to strong-arm their way into his seat. Rook, I guess we wait for Eyvind to tell us, if he comes back. I'm not worried about Eyvind. I'm worried about the army of refugees we brought. We don't belong here. Rook, you're probably right. Nobody ever uttered a nice thing about Borisgard, so what now? We ought to go to the docks and see what our options are, in case we need to leave quickly. Did you notice the city guards when we came in? What guards? I have a feeling the Ravens are all they've got left. Something serious went down. And when Bellower gets here, he's going to walk right through this place without even breaking his stride. Look, let's keep that to ourselves for now. So, the docks. No, food. Market. Supply. What, 2 days worth of supplies with all the fucking renown I've got? You serious? Fucking hell. Seriously? This is ridiculous. There's just no way we're going to be able to do this. Skoga's up there, right? Okay. Barang's down there. Okay. Go to the docks then. When you get to the docks, your heart sinks. Not a long ship to be seen. Aside from wrecks, bodies float in the water, buildings are trashed and boarded up. What happened here, murmurs Alette. They're all gone, says Eyvind, approaching alone. I see you had the same thought as me. Eyvind, you're okay? I'm fine. It wasn't a lie. The governor is here. He's in hiding. Why? Since the dredge started appearing, anyone with a ship and half a wit left long ago. People can't leave by foot, food is scarce, the markets are bare. Borisgard has a fire keg waiting for someone to tip it over. Ivor, so the governor's paying the ravens to protect him against his own people. Eyvind, don't keep the peace, so to speak. It's more like a massacre any time there's a hint of an uprising. Rook, where does that leave us? Eyvind, I promised him the Mender's protection in Aberang. I don't think he's very popular here. They're going to start tearing this place down to build new ships. We can ride the Ormza River all the way to the capital. Look, leaving another perfectly good city behind. How long will it take to build new ships? Alette, hold on. What happens to the people living in Borsgard? It's the best I could do, Alette. He thought it could take as long as a month. You don't usually make ships out of scrap lumber. As soon as people figure out what's going on, there's going to be riots in the streets. Ivor, a month? Why bother? Bellower will be here within the week, if not sooner. Ivan, I'm open to the suggestions. Ivor, God be damned, is there no end to this? Ivor roars in frustration, leaving you standing by the docks, and that gives you a worried look before chasing after him. Ivan, what do we do about Bellower? Ivan says nothing for a moment. I don't know. Great. Awesome. You find Ivor standing on the city walls overlooking the field outside, Dredger keeping their distance but continue to gather. I'm okay, Rook. Ivor cut you off before you can say anything. You know he's been through worse. Just feels like someone should cut us a break every now and then. If we want to be standing a month from now we're going to have to be prepared. What about the Ravens? They'll save their own hides, and whoever is paying, they don't give two dams about the rest of us. We may end up facing off against them, depending on how this goes. Let's avoid that. First off, our clansmen need a place to stay. They'll get torn to pieces in the streets. I'll keep an eye on the dredge up here. If they break through the walls, we're done for, so we'll have to keep them back. Could always use a hand with that. We need to know who's controlling what and make sure we get our cut. Food's going to become scarce. And when they start building those ships, we're going to have to keep people away. What a damn mess. I'll do what I can. Fucking hell. It is not a good situation. Ivor explains. I'm leading attacks with Ivor, and every time the dredge get too close to the gates. Listen, we're going to lose fighters in Val every day like this. I don't need to tell you what happens if nobody's manning the wall. We could always use help. You consider what to do now, knowing that any of these tasks will likely take a full day. Find a safe place for the caravan to stay. The entire caravan is spread out on the streets where they're attracting attention. We could look for a public house as a let like Frostfeller. You figure that if you made camp in the open, you could at least keep everyone together. Or with people leaving the city recently, there might be abandoned houses you could squat in. Gather in the public rest house. Most of the caravan convenes in a large rest house that is nearly empty. The owner tells you people are either afraid to go out on the street or have already left the city, and they've been attacked a number of times for any valuables. But you are welcome to stay if they wish. Well, there's no risks. You haven't told me of any risks, so yes, stay here. You leave the caravan to work out the living arrangements themselves. They spent a lot of time together, and you have some trust that they can work it out while you can't worry about other things. Okay. Ivor points out the dredge along the wall. There's a lot more of them, and they're getting braver, he says. We lost a fair number of fighters since yesterday. We could use your help if there's anybody left to defend the walls. One of your clansmen from the caravan finds you. We had a problem. Of course we did. Looters came around and scattered a bunch of people, raided some supplies, some wounded, others we can't find. If you could find the time, he leaves it there and runs back into town. They've got no supplies left. Great. You have to find a source of supplies. I checked around, oddly tells you, and nobody has food or they won't part with it for a fair price, and our medicine has been gone for days. They're either gouging the prices or it's just plain gone. She doesn't say it's going to be a serious problem. Track down the ravens, see what they know. You find the massive leader of the ravens along the docks, where they're doing their best to keep a growing number of people in check while the boats are being constructed. You question him about food supplies. You should have brought your own, he says. I can't go giving it to every person in Beauregard. I'd kill every last bastard in the city for some good mead though. The place has been dry for weeks. Off the mead picked up in Rainvik. Let me get this straight, says Bulwark. You happen to come through Rainvik with the Sigbjorn in tow and plenty of mead to go round, is that right? You hesitated a little too long. I'll murder that motherless yox, growls Bulwark. Bring the barrels and we'll make a trade. Good. The caravan protests when you tell them the deal has been made, but when you return with more supplies than you expected, the complaints vanish. Yay! Okay, yeah, we're seriously gonna have to defend the walls now. This is bad, says Ivan, as Ivan points across the battlefield. Aside from the fact that we're up to our necks in dredge, a stone singer has showed up. We've been losing warriors left and right. If we don't deal with it, this war will come down by the end of the day. Dad, there's a riot at the docks. Alette runs up to you out of breath. They're trying to smash up the boats. When you try to calm her down, she says the ravens are there, but she's worried things could get out of hand. You consider what you want to do now, knowing that any of these tasks will likely take a full day. Defend the walls. Stone Singer is going to wreak havoc on us if we don't take care of it. Ivor tells you this will be a rough fight, but we've got to take it down. You ready? Refer yourself. Yeah, it looks like it's screwing me either way now. It's getting a bit irritating and a bit obvious that what it's doing. It just keeps throwing bullshit, basically, which is unfortunate, but you know, it's one of those things. What, 10 and 9? Really? What a load of bullshit. He had full armor and he's doing 10 damage to him. Really? Right, okay. Change the rules then. Change the fucking rules if that's what you want to do. But that's fucking bullshit and you know it. You fucking know it. How pathetic is that? How much is this going to be? 8. 8 damage, yeah, of course, yeah. Full armor, 8 damage. Fuck yourself, game. I fucking hate it when games do this. Just fucking make it up as they go. What's this, 20 damage? 1 for some reason. Right. Fucking ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Yep, still doing 1 damage to him, even though I got rid of a load of his fucking armor, but, you know. Make up your own rules as you go, game, it's fine. That's all that does? Oh, okay, fair enough. It's fine. Yep, 13 damage, so he's down straight away. Yep, utter bullshit, folks. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. That's what it's doing. Yep, 11 damage. She's down straight away. Yep. So 1 hit kills now. It's giving itself. I'm sorry, but I think I'm done with this. To be honest with you, I really am done, because it's giving itself. He's down as well. You know what? This is what I mean. It gets ridiculous. It just... Whatever. Investigate the riots then. When you get down onto the docks, it's pandemonium. Few work on the ships now. On the Raven stand over bodies of people while a huge crowd roars in anger. What happened, you shout, pushing away past the rioters. What do you think would happen, responds Volberg. Didn't take them long to figure out we were building ships right under their noses and they can't have one. You gonna lend a hand or just stand around? I'll try to calm him down. You brandish your axe low and try to find a voice over the chaos. It goes wrong quickly when one of the rioters gets a quick jab in. The last thing you remember is falling backwards. That's how you regain... Yeah. Great. So that did nothing. Awesome. Well, this basically means we're fucked, doesn't it? It's got to. This morning, says Ivar, I saw him. Bella was here. With the number of losses we've taken, I'm sure it won't be long now. Ivan leans silently over his staff nearby. One of your clansmen comes to you out of breath. Look, he says, things are real bad. Look, there's nothing you do at this point, but a lot of the caravan have been robbed, killed, just disappeared. Those who are left are going to split up and hide where we can. Wanted you to know, in case we pull through this. He runs off, clearly distressed. You grimace, wondering if you could have played out the other a different way. Well, guess we'll just try defending the walls. Oh god, this is just pathetic. This is absolutely pathetic. You really thought this was a good ending to your game? You really thought that, did you? Seriously? Like, just... You know... You picked a fucking amazing time to start pulling damage right out of his fucking arse, I tell you. I'm really fucking annoyed at this. There's just no need for it to start doing things like this. Guess you're ending your turn. Because these big ones, they haven't been making this much damage all the way through the game. They just haven't. But all of a sudden, they're just absolutely wrecking us. Just no need for it. Make rules and stick to them. Don't just fucking change. Look, 6 damage straight away. What the fuck? I've got full armor. That's the point of the game. That's your rules. Your fucking rules, not mine. Stick by them or don't play. You know what I mean? Stick by them or don't code the fucking game. Really fucking winds me up. There's no need. I mean, I'll be honest with you, if I've got no armor, then fair enough, you know what I mean, because, yeah, that's bad then, isn't it? If I've got no armor, but... Oh, do you know what, mate? Yeah, if I've got no armor, then absolutely fair enough, because you've worn down my armor, but don't just fucking bullshit me. Don't just say now it does 20 damage, when it's been doing like 5 the entire fucking game. Don't fucking start. Okay. I think we might do this. Well, that last battle, fuck me. Three of them down. Yep, menders are fucking useless as usual. They really, really are. Completely honest with you. Always have been useless, always will be fucking useless. Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that, forgot to unmute my microphone. Fucking idiot. But if you're watching it on YouTube, you can see what the hell's going on. As in, if you're watching it on YouTube, you can hear the game and all that, so don't worry about it. But yeah, I went before because my mum discovered a mouse, so I had to get rid of it. Juno, we are called Valka. I believe I'm the only one who can influence another's mind. Basically, I know because Sam's watching and she can't hear me, and I was an idiot and didn't turn my microphone back on. Yeah, things have been deteriorating fast since we got to this city. We're trying to build boats to get across the water, but people are attacking us from inside the city because they don't want us to leave. They don't think it's fair. And basically all of our people are dead. Non-characters, you know, all of our caravan's dead pretty much. But I think that's how it's meant to happen, because we were losing so many people and there was just no way you could not do it. And then Harkin turned up with a bunch more people and loads of supplies, and Juno, so hooray. And now I'm outside the walls of Juno for some reason. Rook, then why not take control of Bellower? Juno, I learned the talent to heal minds, not control them, though even some Valkyr have trouble believing this. Taking control of Bellower is the difference between convincing a child to sit still and telling a starving bear to stop being hungry. The truth is, we're rarely a match for the Sunder anymore. Our advantage is that we can train more Valka. It's also our weakness. The Valka pass on and lose their knowledge, while the Sunder simply grow older and more powerful. Bellower is both immortal and beyond my influence to a point. Then how do we stop him? Juno, the God of Secrets will play a part, as will you. Why'd you pick me? Why didn't you take Ivind or Harkin? You don't even know me. Juno, I apologize for putting you in danger. Ivan must keep Borisgard from falling whilst we are away. And if something goes wrong here, I need to be certain one of us makes it back alive. I saw the thoughts of each person when I arrived in Borisgard. You were the only one I knew would return. What do you mean? You would find your way back to Alette no matter what. What are we doing out here? Do you know the god of Stravis? Few know this stone exists, even though those who have lived there their whole lives in Borisgard. While Dengler deals in fortune, Stravis taught men the value of trade in a different way. He showed them it has consequence, two sides of the same coin. See the silver in the stone? The gills up here wear away the stone, and the metal remains. We need a piece of this silver. The god Stravis is wreathed by imagery of silver weapons. The myths say he traded these weapons to the gods, and they used them to kill each other. Those who seek out the stone call him the god of trade. The menders call him the god of secrets, but he was both. Why are we surrounded by dredge? They seem to be drawn to the godstone. There are many things we don't know about Stravis. Maybe they see him as a patron, or it is an attraction they cannot explain. Does Stravis have something to do with that serpent in Einatoft? What was that thing? I cannot say. Can't? I have my suspicions, but until I've had time at the Mender libraries, it would be unwise to speculate. For all our knowledge, it always seems as though we know little. Rook, imagine how the rest of us feel. Juno, on the contrary, the less people know, the more certain they tend to be. Let's get what we need and go. Indeed. You'll need to dislodge at least a fistful of the metal. We will forge it into an arrow to slay Bellower. Wait. After everything you've told me, make a magic arrow to shoot Bellower, that's all it takes? Why didn't you just do that a long time ago? Juno gets a faraway look in her eyes. No, that is not all it takes. What I tell you now must not be repeated. The arrow will not kill Bellower, even if it were to strike his heart. He has no physical weaknesses. But it will sow doubt in his mind. When it pierces him, I will help him to believe that he is dying. The rest of you will convince him of it with sword and axe. Everyone who fights at your side must believe it to be true. You are going to trick him into thinking he is dead. That is the most insane. You're going to trick him into thinking he's dead? That is the most insane. He can't really be killed? Juno, no. Someday he will awaken and realize he's not dead. I imagine he will be quite upset. First move is make the arrow. Focus on the task at hand. She looks knowingly at the godstone, waiting for you to start climbing. Rook, I'm not certain how the dredge will react when you do this. And behind us is a sudden drop, so be careful. This is ridiculous. There's just no way this is going to work. Approaching the black stone, you start to climb, looking for a loose piece of silver vein. Even without looking out to the dredge, you can feel each sinister face watching you closely, held back only by Juno's influence. Panic races through your blood. Try to quickly wrench out the nearest chunk. Climb higher where it might be easier to remove. Climb higher. As you climb, you can't help but notice the stony marks of the dredge lined up before the godstone, like worshippers before an idol. Just a glimpse nearly immobilises you. Your hand rests on a piece of silver that comes away easily. The dredge do not react. Look for another piece. Well, oh, for fuck's sake, every single time you give me the choice to fuck off, or just get a little bit more before I piss off. Well, it just screws me. While you're here, you glance quickly around to see if there's any low-hanging fruit. You're able to pry away another small piece of silver before your nerve gives out. You nimbly descend to where Juno is waiting. Well done, she says. As you walk back through the dredge, their heads turn in unison to follow. The dread that lingers and the shaking in your hands does not subside for hours. Wow, it didn't screw me. Fucking hell. That is not normal. You approach the gate of Borisgard again, relieved that they're still standing. It looks like they took a beating while you were gone. Alette rushes to your side and throws her arms around you once you've crept through the gates. Juno smiles at the reunion and tells you, take this time with your daughter, find a smith who can fashion an arrow from that silver. I have other things to which I must attend, but meet me on the walls when you're done. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it there for now. Stream for about an hour and a half, which is good. But I'll speak to you guys a bit later on. And in fact, no, can I rest? Map. Heroes. Crafters. No. So I'll speak to you guys a bit later on. Have a good night.